Carl Cantor, Autism Dad.
It's Chris with a K, Sales, Autism Dad.
Jam Gomez, host, Jam Talks. So gusto po naming malaman yung time na nalaman nyo for the very first time that your kids were diagnosed with autism. How was that for you and how was that for the family as well? Can you share that, I guess, emotions and experience with us?
Yep. Well, for us, our world crumbled, I guess. Yun yung term. And there was like a moment of bakit ganito nangyari, where we basta kami nagkamali. And I think this was the first time then, a second time that she saw me cry. Umiyak ako dahil hindi ko matanggap. But I thought that kailangan ko siyang tanggapin. I need to move forward. And yun yung isa pang iniisip ko right after makuha yung diagnosis. Pero yun nga, it's just di ko rin maintindihan initially ko ano ba talaga to.
For me and my wife, nurse ako, so meron akong idea kung ang development nila, there's something wrong. So, but when we finally got the diagnosis, when they were as early as 18 months, we had the diagnosis for both of them. Siyempre, in denial kami na, kasi nga siguro premature sila, ganun. So, just give them a chance, ganun. In denial ka kasi, baka, kasi boys, medyo delayed talaga ang development niyan. So, ganun lang. And then, eventually, nag-sink in sa akin na talagang merong autistic talaga yung mga anak ko. So, emotions starting to get in na what went wrong, ganun. Na-realize mo na magiging okay ba ako as a parent? Magagawa ko ba lahat ng mga challenges mo, overcome ba namin? So, you start to doubt yourself and,
So, paano niyo na-overcome yung challenges to the point na emotional na kayo, mahirap having to find out that that was the case for your kids? How were you able to overcome those challenges? And how were you able to be strong for yourself as well as for your family?
Kasi si Arisha, yung wife ko, she was the one who kind of held us together. Na parang snap out of it. We can do this. We will have more steps than other people. Pero kaya natin gawin. So that just brought me back to the right direction, I guess.
Mahirap kasi you're a dad, you're a husband. So you have to, wear your hats. Kung ano man yung sitwasyon. So, I think ang pinaka-importante is yung acceptance and then, just face all the challenges and be a man, Be there for your kids no matter what. Kasi yun naman talaga ang role mo eh. It's the one that you signed up for.
What is your stand in terms of those that might be scared to come out and accept it? Like you said, at the first time it was in denial. What would be your messages to those that might be going through the current early intervention at the moment na hindi pa nila matanggap or they're still trying to go through the same as what you went through for the first time?
When you're happy to share your experiences and the challenges, they'll be able to seek help as well. So they know where to go. They know when or where to go. And then, eventually they'll learn how to navigate the life of having autistic kids. Lalo na sa amin ng wife ko, we have twin boys. Everything is extra. But, if you look at it on the other way, on a positive outlook, you wouldn't change it in any other way. Kasi it is such a greatest blessing. It's such a pure joy to see them, how special your kids are.
Well, I guess for us, small wins, na siya talaga, you take everything. Celebrate small wins. Especially things na you're not expecting him to do. Then he suddenly does it. Yung masabi lang niya yung mommy, daddy, come here. For us, it was very big. Sabi sa amin sa specialist school, baka hindi na kayo qualified to go to us. Pwede na kayo mag-move to mainstream. So, another challenge, but then, you welcome those things. Sa ngayon, uh, whatever it is, just take it. It's a blessing.
Well, thank you both for sharing your stories. It really means a lot, and having to be here for the Autism Awareness Month. I'm sure that you guys will be able to share those messages across everyone. I'm excited because I have seen your family. Also goes for you. So I wish you both well.
Thank you very much.
My name is M. Tanag. I'm an autism mom and also with vision impairment.
My name is Minette Salas, autism mom.
My name is Rodlan Jaguplo, autism mom.
Hi, I'm Arizia Cantor, an autism mom.
Hi, autism moms. We just had a session with your autism dads. I'm very interested to know kung paano yung naging experience nyo as a mother. So when you first found out that your kids had additional needs, how was it for you?
I think it's normal to feel sad about it because kind of feel the grief for the child you hope to have. So you realize, okay, this is a lifetime condition and there's no cure for it, so you have to deal with it. So, inaccept ko agad eh. So, pagka nakuha ng diagnosis, I had to get the schedule for speech therapy, occupational therapy, ASDM, whatever available na therapies na pwede naming makuha. So, hindi ako masyadong naglinger dun sa depression stage. Kumbaga, I know how important it is na magkaroon ng early intervention. Kasi mga 6 months before we get the diagnosis, I was already reading about it. So, I kind of prepared myself na.
For me, mahirap. Because yung experience ko, my kids were born premature. Nung sinabi sa akin, wala pang diagnosis, but the doctor, the pediatrician said, I'm seeing signs of autism. Alam ko yung word na autism, but ano yun? Parang ano yung journey ba yun? O sa aming mag-asawa, ako yung medyo in denial. Bigyan niyo naman ng chance yung mga anak ko. Kasi first sign is, hindi sila tumitingin when you call them, when you call their names. Sabi ng iba, kasi kambal sila. They don't know who's Rafael, who's Miguel. So ako, okay. Pero nung time na nag-tiptoe na sila, wala silang words at the age of, wala talagang nasasabi. Tapos, yun nga, hindi na sila tumitingin sa mga pangalan nila. Ako yung medyo in denial. Si Chris yung like, let's do what needs to be done. So, at first, it was hard. But, nung nag-seek na kami ng final, yung sa diagnosis, the pediatrician is really helpful kung saan kaming mga idadirect na mga services para dun sa kondisyon ng mga bata.
With me naman, with my experience with Alexander. So Alexander was actually not diagnosed until he was 9. I did remember the teacher was telling me that there's something with your son that I could not tell yet, but he's really clever. So he was able to work out the old typewriter, put it back together and running. It took the pediatrician to diagnose him because apparently trauma and autism mimic each other. So because of our past, so we actually come from domestic violence. So Alexander did not talk for a little bit. And the doctor was aware with that. The pediatrician was aware. They really thought that it was just a trauma. So he do have like the therapist, speech therapists, and all the help that we could on that time. And then towards 9-year-old, and I keep on telling this not right about him. When the diagnosis come out, I feel sad, but I was relieved that I can actually find the proper help that he needs. And I quickly get the therapist that I could get, anything that to help him. And
Actually, we got the diagnosis when we just arrived in Australia. So we've only been here maybe 1 to 2 months. And then we had the diagnosis that he was on the autism spectrum. In denial din kami nun kasi parang hindi naman siya extreme level. Parang he talks to us naman. Pero what hurt most about dun sa diagnosis niya is he's also considered intellectually disabled. Autism plus intellectually disabled, yung lowest level talaga na parang hindi niya kayang makaintindi. That hurt us so much. As what my husband said, our world really crumbled. Kasi kakalipat ko lang ng Australia. Hindi ko alam kung anong kailangan gawin, anong next steps namin. Hindi ko alam kung anong gagawin ko dahil kakalipat lang natin ng bansa tapos meron ng gantong problem. So what are we gonna do? So hindi ko alam kung kanino hihingi ng tulong. Pero thankfully, they really directed us to the correct path. Like who to meet, which pedia, should we do therapy and all that. And the most helpful one would be the specialist school. Kasi they really know how to manage yung anak ko. Yung support that we got from the specialist school, they don't just take care of the children. They also take care of the parents.
Gusto kong malaman kung anong klaseng support ang nakuha nyo, maybe from your family, your friends, your loved ones. You can start it off. And paano yun naging natulong sa inyo as an emotional support? Doon kayo kumapit ba? Or kinailangan yung kumapit sa iba pa para lang to get through what you were experiencing at the time?
My husband, when I had my bouts of depression, yung every now and then iiyak ka na lang out of the blue while working. He helps me a lot. He supports me. He's there when I cannot take it. Like, okay, ako na dyan. Just spend your time, recuperate. Ako muna kay Kaisen. That helps a lot when you're really in that state of mind na hindi mo na kaya. So I think yun yung pinaka-helpful for us in that sense. We have each other and someone na nagsispecialize or knows a lot or have an experience in the kids with autism.
With me naman, I'm actually a single mom for Alexander and Christy. So I got 4 sisters and 1 brother. So the sister that I usually share my problems and that is she was a teacher in the Philippines, but she did have specialized in special needs. So she kind of understand and relate me, and me being a support worker as well. I talk to other support workers and I ask him, what's the best thing, to do when this and that, because each individual kids is different. And sometimes it's really hard, when especially my son refuses to go to school. I'm grateful for the teachers in where my son is at the moment. I remember 3 times the principal let me borrow her car so I can reach to my work because my son would not get off in the car for 3 hours. And they will be stuck there, try to get him out the car because he refused to go to school. And then, and that was really hard. And I have no support worker on that time because he got no funding. He wasn't diagnosed properly, and it was as a single mom, and also I'm managing a workplace that I need to be there, and everyone is waiting for me. It was really hard. So, and I have no other way of trying to get there. So I'm grateful for them that they will do everything. And I also read books in I feel down. I got no one to talk to. I just lift up myself, find something that is brighter, and there's always a rainbow after the sun. I always look for something bright, even sometimes it's so hard to find that. Sorry. And
we're very lucky that my mom is here. First, obviously, yung support ng husband ko, siya yun talagang, come on, let's do this. Kung ano yung sinabi ng doktor. Kasi I remember yung pediatrician na nag-diagnose sa Kambal. Sabi niya, there's 3 options. So, one is you will build up a team, yung OT, speech. The second one is the EDSM model. It's like a group, it's Early Denver model, ESDM, sa La Trobe University. So, para siyang daycare, but it's specifically for kids with autism. Ginawa namin yung first option was yung may OT, may speech. Hindi nag-work kasi bata pa sila and 2 sila. So we tried the second one. which nabigyan sila ng chance, both of them. Kasi the thing is, yung one of the challenges sa amin is, dalawa kasi yung sa amin. So kung may mga ganong mga limited yung spots, lagi kami nagpe-pray, sana mabigyan sila pareho ng ano, kasi hindi naman pwedeng isa lang. Yung time na yon, talagang after ng diagnosis, I think, sabi nga nila, di ba, parang God will not give you something that you can't handle. So with us, yung talagang kinapitan ko nun is yung faith ko. Kasi di ba, premature yung dalawa. So nung nag-aagaw buhay yung mga anak ko sa ospital nung pinanganak ko sila, ang prayer ko ng Lord, buhayin mo sila. Yun lang ang prayer ko, which He did. Binuhay niya. So parang sa akin, nung time na nabigyan sila ng diagnosis, bonus na to. Bonus na sa akin yon. So kung, Lord, kung ito yung binigay mo, I'll take it. Pero tulungan mo ako. The third one was the ABA therapy, Ma'am M. So, ABA therapy, sabi, at that time wala pa kaming NDIS funding. Ang only funding we have was the HACWA, the Helping Children with the Disability or something like that, which is you get 12,000 for 4 years. At that time, sabi nung pediatrician, there's another one, ABA, but very expensive. Yung HACWA funding nyo won't get through to like even a year. And then, nag-roll over yung NDIS sa area namin. So, parang sabi ko, God is really working. So, I think yung tanong dun sa support, yung family is really important. And we are so blessed na nandito yung family namin. One of the, parang credit is yung sa mami ko. Kasi talagang siya yung, sige, magkano kailangan i-down? Yung ganun, which we appreciate. Kasi at that time, parang, kasi alam niya na namumblema kami sa kondisyon. Yung financial, I'm here for you. So, syempre mga apo niya yun. So, I think it's yun yung parang isa sa talagang nagbigay sa amin ng lakas to go on with the journey.
Like kami sa amin kasi, wala kaming family actually here in Australia for the longest time. So, talagang wala kaming support. Wala kang maasahang mag-look after sa anak mo, ganun. So, kami ng husband ko, talagang we were able to work out yung dynamics namin. So, and as Minette said, it's very expensive kasi at that time when my son was doing early intervention, he's doing OT, speech therapy, ABA, ESDM. So isang linggo, we have about 35 hours a week of therapy and no funding at that time kasi ayoko manghingi ng funding at that time kasi inisip ko, I didn't migrate here in Australia to be a burden sa Australian health system. So, we were able to get 12,000 funding na, pero Diyos ko, hindi aabot kahit ilang mga 2 months lang na therapy, hindi kasya yun eh. So, kami ng husband ko, kailangan niya na mag-change ng line of work. So, sabi ko, sige, mag-aral ka. Same nung trabaho ko. Kasi at least flexible yung work. Pwede tayong magtrabaho kahit nasa parking lot tayo ng therapist. So, for the longest time, ganun yung routine namin. Which is, at least in our case, it really worked kasi talagang nag-concentrate kami doon sa strengths naming dalawa eh. Kung ano yung weakness ko, yun yung strength niya. Kung ano yung weakness niya, yun yung strength ko. So, we were able to make it work.
Interested ako na I can hear from everything that you have a really good, solid family of support system. Ang gusto ko malaman, given we're all Filipinos here naman, paano naging support and how did you feel that the Filipino community was there for you, behind you, given the fact maybe, from a social point of view, your work, your business, and just, being socialized with your friends and loved ones? Paano nyo masasabing may support from the community, in this case, our Filipino community?
Actually, you know what? I joined an autism group sa Pilipinas. So actually, what it made me realize is I'm still very lucky because when I look at the posts of other parents there, alam mo yung wala ka nang pera, wala pang available na therapy, tapos you're trying to do something for your kid and wala kang capability to do it and walang support from the government. Parang you realize na, okay, I should still be thankful. Kasi kahit papano dito sa Australia, meron tayong support na nakukuha.
It's the same thing with what Ma'am M said. Nag-join din ako ng group. Actually, yun nga, sa Autism Society of the Philippines. And then, I just want to mention si Candy Pangilinan. Kasi one of the organizations na tinutulungan namin came from her. Like, kasi di ba yung kanyang anak, very open naman siya. So, I message her, talagang minessage ko siya kahit ang tagal niyang, kasi I really want to, know yung pwede namin gawin as well. Ayun, so parang here naman, sa community natin dito, say one example is like, di ba, we're into business. Mga nakakausap ko naman ng mga tao. Kasi they know I have the advocacy. Very supportive naman sila.
I feel like supported as well with when I like kind of raise awareness about autism. I actually created a page as well for my son, and before I post anything, I'll ask him, Alexander, is that okay if I post this? Is that okay if I post this? And he says, is that for awareness, Mom? I said, yeah, we need to educate the community that actually autism is not that bad, and they don't need to be scared about that. You guys are amazing, and there are also human beings that we need to be part of our community, and I'm really a big advocate for that.
I personally didn't join any Autism Filipino groups, but we did join the Australian Autism group, and it also helps us a lot. Because it's all, as I've said, we're quite new in Australia, so we don't know a lot of things, how to maneuver this, like all the things like NDIS funding. Actually, we don't have it yet, so everything is out of pocket. So that's the support that we have when it comes to like groups. But I'm very thankful for my Filipino friends that we met in Docklands. They know who they are. One of them was Anne, who actually forwarded me this this call to have the interview. She knows that I'm an advocate for my son. She is actually one of the most supportive friends that I have here. She talks to me about Kaizen, celebrates Kaizen's wins with me, which is, dito ko lang siya sa Australia na-meet, pero she feels like family to me. Her son, also like, he's aware that Kaizen has autism, but he plays with Kaizen like a regular kid. You don't see that a lot. Like, other kids will just think na, ay, bakit ganyan siya? But that family really helps support our family when it comes to this. So that I'm very thankful for them. Thanks, Anne, if you're watching this.
Each kids always have different strengths. And I guess for us, we want you to share kung ano yung mga parang na-realize nyo na what makes them different. I mean, we all know that others in Universal, that they refer to them as different. But really, what sets them apart from those that are,
Yung isa sa mga twin boys namin na magaling siya magbasa, pero hindi namin yun tinuturuan. Like at the age of 2, he was able to read Cole's Chemist by just obviously looking at them. Siguro, I don't know, talagang until now, yun pa rin yung question ko. Paano niya? Baka nadidinig niya? Ganon. Kasi like Cole's Chemist pa nga ang sabi niya. That's Rafa. And then he's really good with music. Yung Twinkle Twinkle na kakapa niya sa keyboard by just listening to it. With Miguel naman, he's very good with directions. I remember one time, so from Deer Park to Bandura, every day yon dinadrive niya, 4 days a week. Alam niya na pag malapit na sa bahay, yung at the age of like what? 2.5? I think 2.5 years old, diba? Parang yun.
Kids under the spectrum are evidently meron talaga silang ganung gift. Siguro sa pinaka namangha ako sa kay Miggy, yung other twin ko, kasi nga yung directions nga. So kasi I'm the one driving all the time. And everywhere we go, there was one time we went to a friend's house for the first time. And then bumalik kami, I think after a week or 2 weeks. He knows where the room is. Alam na niya agad kung saan. Which door, the particular door, he knows where. So, yun. I think that's one of the greatest gift of the kids under the spectrum. Yeah, and definitely one of those things that we should celebrate as a parents. Yeah.
Tayo as parent, natatakot tayo for our kids. Alam mo yung masyado ka nang nag-overthink. Pero kind of think of it. They will, they will manage. Masyado lang tayong nervyos talaga minsan. Pero we just need to let them be independent. Find a way na to support them do sa mga pwede nilang gawin. Kung saan sila nagtatribe. And everything will be okay. Hindi tayo dapat masyadong matakot kasi yun yung lagi nasa isip natin, yung fear. Pero sometimes you need to let go of the fear.
2 months ago, I spent $2,000, but I don't mind because I worked so hard for him. So he said to me, Mom, it's time for me to build my own computer. I said, what? From scratch? She said, yes. I said, are you really sure? Yes. So, and I said, what are you going to do? Like he usually asks, he will show me his plan. And then he will say, this is all the parts. This is the prices. And I said, do you know where those things are and that? She said, no problem. I'll talk to them. So I just want to really check if he really knows what he's doing. But anyway, took him to Centricom. He talked to the salesperson, asked all of this, and then he pays. We come home. I was thinking, oh, that's a lot of money to burn or something. No, like he put it all together, everything. And he says to me, Mom, watch. If this light's going to turn, it means it's perfect. And he says, and then he put it all together. He says to me, Mom, actually, do you have a fire extinguisher? I said, are you serious? And then I just says, no, just kidding. And he actually built his first gaming computer from scratch. And then the next thing again, he did a server. He put it together from scratch. And then now he is building a solar with something. God knows, but he got so many projects. You know, my advice to other autism mom, just let them be, like support them what they want to be. They can really, like, we don't need to worry anything. Like, they are so resilient, they're so capable, and you will be amazed what they can do in the future. For me, if ever I'm gone in this world, whenever, I'm sure my son will thrive.
He actually learned, similar to Miss M, he actually learned how to write Russian alphabet and recite it as well. Obviously, we don't know a word of Russian, so we don't know where it came from. And then we were also asked by the specialist school, do we speak Japanese? No, we're not. We don't. We're Filipinos. And then another quirk of him is he loves buildings. He knows buildings in different countries. You tell him the country, he'll give you a building that he knows that's in there. And now he actually wants to travel to all of those countries. Anak, we're still saving up money. We will travel to all of those countries for you.
Before this meeting, he was telling us, can we go to Dubai? I want to see the Burj Khalifa. That's one of his quirks. Yeah. But what else? Really, just for us, it's really just small wins. He does swimming. He does swimming every
Fortnight,
every fortnight, and he seems to be very good at it, to the point that one of the swimming instructors were telling us she wanted to check with the community if she can get funding for him to continue his swimming.
Because she can see the potential.
Yeah, because she can see that potential, that he's really interested in that. He never really wanted to eat anything until he was around 4 years old.
Except bread.
Kahit mailapit mo lang yung spoon to his mouth, he would throw a tantrum. It was a meltdown. Then one day, bigla na lang bumili kami frozen yogurt. He took the spoon, put it in his mouth. It's like, okay. Then the next day we tried other food. He started eating. So from that to now, he wants all the fast food, all the burgers. I think that's a really big achievement for him to be able to adjust.
So we all know that there's a stigma in the community when you say autism or when you just drop the word autism. you've heard it many times, you know, I guess the so-called name drops and everything and how they refer it. Paano nyo na-overcome yun as couples, family, and so forth?
In my direct family specifically, there's no one with autism. So no one really knew how to talk to us. He had a cousin who is the same age as him, so he's always being compared. I actually got depressed from that, definitely. Because sabi ko, why isn't it happening for us? How we overcame that is I talked to the people who was saying that, bakit yung anak mo ganyan, bakit yung ganyan? I talked to them. I told them na, please don't compare them. They're two different people. Please learn to accept them as they are. This kid might be better at this kid might be better at this. My son might not be good at all. But he's happy, he's healthy. So that's how we try to overcome, in a sense, yung struggles with somebody who's judging my son just because he's the same age and not as good as the other kid.
That for me, yung mga something that needs to be done, needs to be educated. Like for example, sa simbahan, for us, I think sa simbahan was that we get very dirty looks when your kid starts to melt down and act up sa loob ng simbahan. It's like people are judging you, bakit hindi nyo kaya disiplinahin yung anak nyo? Wherein they don't really know na yung anak mo may condition, di ba? You really have to educate people na ganito tayo, na may ganitong tao. They may be different. In a way, inclusivity, you can't force them to fit your world. You have to adjust to them.
I know it's an instant that, they tried to help, but it's actually not helping, which is, it's hard because you can't really read them what to do and what to do. And sometimes I just said to them that it's okay, I got him. He's just chilling out, give him for a bit, and he calms down. And also sometimes when he got meltdown, people give you a dirty look. Oh, you can't discipline your kid. What's wrong with your kid? But I said to her, actually, my son got autism. It's trying to regulate the emotion. Oh, just like that in public? I said, but I'm sorry. Like, just would you mind just move away? Like, sometimes you just need to advocate for your children because not everyone understand that. And it's hard. It's really, really hard. But we just, I wish everyone accept individual differences and respect and accept them that we are one whole family. Everyone is different and it is what it is. Like, yeah.
As years pass by, I would say, sorry, he has autism. If they don't want to still be more understanding, there's nothing more I can do about it. Kumbaga, as I said earlier, you need to learn how to choose your battles. Hindi mo pwedeng seryosohin at hindi ka pwedeng masaktan all the time just because people will act that way. So, he deserves to be out as well. So, yan ang natutunan ko through the years na you just have to, kumbaga, let go of the things you can control. And may mga tao na lang hindi mo kayang kontrolin yung opinion nila about your kid or something like that. Yes.
We don't expect you to understand all the time. We just ask you to be kind. So that's really, it's very, it's a very good line to remember. Kasi there are a lot of situations naman din talaga na, when you're a kid, when you're outside with your children, hindi mo naman talaga makontrol talaga yung, especially yung emotions nila. And you don't know who those people are. So, yeah, yun yung pinaka one thing that they need to understand, that they need to see from themselves, from all of us, that you don't have to always understand. You just have to be kind. And you don't have to be apologetic. Kasi they are what they are. And there's nothing wrong with them. They're just different. That's what autism is all about. Yeah.
Nilalet go ko na yung mga ganong remarks kasi iniisip ko na lang, maybe they're not aware. What are the right terms? Kasi tayo as autism parents, syempre nandun na yung We have the knowledge, the education sa mga binabasa natin, sa mga support groups na nagjo-join tayo. So we know how to deal with those situations as time goes by. Yung umpisa ko talaga, ako yung parang lagi, pag lalabas kami ng bahay, parang, meron na akong mga, barel or sa, parang, yung parang handa na ako sa war. Parang ganon. Pero as the years goes by with this journey, natuto kaming, to choose our battles.
We're on the awareness now, given it's Autism Awareness Month. What would you want people to know about autism that they might not understand? One, and then specifically in our Filipino community. And then following one would be, how would you celebrate Autism Awareness Month?
What I want people to know about autism is that kids with autism, hindi ibig sabihin na autistic sila na sila ay less of a person. Bawat tao merong difference. Alam mo yung iba-iba yung mga traits natin. Sometimes sa mga kids with autism, hindi siya physically visible agad, but there is a difference. And sana ma-accept na ibang tao yon. And yun nga sabi ni Chris kanina, hindi naman kailangan understanding minsan just to be kind if you cannot understand. People will learn to understand that. And nowadays, the number of kids being diagnosed with autism is increasing. So we really need to learn how to live with it. Kasi unlike before na we don't even know someone in the family or friends na may autism. But nowadays, halos everyone have one in the family. So it's something na hindi na natin pwedeng iwasan. So we really need to educate ourselves about it.
Everyone should be aware of it and accept everyone that though our kids have autism, they have the same right as everyone. Like, do not underestimate them. They're actually more than capable of what other people can do. So we need to feel them equal as everyone, and they also have the heart to feel, though they can't speak. Some of them can't even express, but they actually feel everything what you say. It's just that they will respond you in their own way of how to respond you, and we need to be mindful that they really have the big heart, and they can feel everything in that.
I guess yun nga, we start small, let other people know, let family know, and then that that would more or less increase awareness across to their friends, educate them what we are doing. Minsan just posting sa Facebook. I guess na dati we were very ayaw namin mag-post kasi baka may masabi, may ma-judge. Now we just don't care. I mean, may autism yung anak ko. If you don't want to see this post, then don't see my post. Scroll away. But we try to post like wins, celebrate things that they are able to achieve.
This is the first time that we actually did an advocacy that we are showing ourselves. So for those na hindi nyo pa kayang lumabas like us, you can also do quiet supporting of autism families or organizations. So,
and yun nga, advice to us ng our colleagues sa work, always advocate for your kid.
I guess what I really want them to understand about autism is autism, it's not something that needs to be fixed. It's not something that that our kids will outgrow. Kasi it's not a phase. It's a lifelong condition na kailangan ng support. Community support is really important. In a sense na we as parents, to understand the parents and the caregivers, the carers for these kids with special needs, they need understanding for their journey as well. Kasi mahirap yon na physically it's very exhausting. mentally it's very exhausting din. So I want them to understand na our kids are yes, they're different, but they are not less.
Autism is not, it's a different ability or capability of your children. Like what you said, they are wired differently, they learn differently, they see things differently. I think they see the world more beautiful more than us. They understand the world more than us, I think. To the autism parents, I think we salute you. All the love in the world. I think tayo ang may pinaka greatest blessing sa mundo. Yeah, so seeking help is not bad. It is very important para magkaroon ng tamang help ang mga anak natin. So, of course, yung faith kay God.
How we actually raise awareness. One thing is by sharing our journey. I think yun yung parang contribution namin to spread awareness. Sharing our journey as an autism parents. To let yung mga families na very new to the journey, yung sa early, that their child was just recently diagnosed. Now we're here. There's other parents as well na kasama nyo sa journey. Ayun.
So given your son is now 8, what would be your message for your son?
Well, medyo cliche. I guess it's okay not to be okay. Kasi you have challenges that you'll be facing moving forward. You have to be strong. You have to carry on. There's always going to be a chip on your shoulder, but use it as motivation to reach for greater heights, I guess. I guess we always love you. Maski na minsan sumusobra, but mahal ka namin kahit anong gawin mo.
To my twin boys, Rafael and Miguel, know that Daddy loves you very much, and there are times that we always wish that the world will change for both of you, but sadly, that won't be the case. So Daddy will just be here. If you're weak, Daddy will be strong for you. If you can't speak, Daddy will speak for you. And I wish Daddy will live 200 years old, but hindi pwede yun. So, but Daddy will try to live as much as I can for both of you. Love you very much, boys.
As a mother, the life that we have here on earth is temporary, okay? And given that my support, which nakampante kayo na may support sila as they grow, as they need, reach each milestones, iba-ibang needs nila. Each of you, I know, would have many, many, many messages for your kids or your child. What would that be? Just in case that, down the track, they watch this video of you sharing and being the advocate for them. What would be your message?
For Altair, he knows that we will do everything for him. No matter what it is, we will always be there for him, and we will take care of him for as long as we can.
To my Rafa and my Mickey, Mommy did everything and still doing everything. There are times na Mommy is busy. Sometimes I wish mga anak na I am always there pag may mga events. But Mommy needs to work, and Mommy is working para sa inyo, para sa future niyo. At the moment, hanggang kaya ko, hanggang malakas ako, hanggang kaya kong magtrabaho. I guess, yun, parang Mommy did everything. Pinaglaban ko kayo at ipaglalaban ko kayo hanggang sa huling hininga ko. At mahal na mahal ko kayo.
To my Alexander, Alexander is actually gifted. He got 121 IQ. He's very independent boy. For you, Alexander, I know you will bright as the brightest star whenever you grow up. I know you become whoever you want to become. Mommy will be always here for you to support you, whatever you want to be. I'm sure you have so much plan in this world. He wants to be one of these kids that he want to create something for the world. So I know you can do it, Alexander. I will be one of your biggest cheerleader, and I will try my best to bring you up to be a better person, to be a good role model. One day you can tell, though you only have a mom and without a dad, we did it. And I will never give up, and I will do my best that you can reach whatever you want to be. And I always love you, and I always got your back. And you can stand for yourself, and you look after your sister. And I love you both from the deepest part of my heart.
Kaizen, I'm very, very proud of what you've accomplished. You started from the bottom. Literal, from the bottom. You didn't speak a word until you're 3. Now you're more talkative than ever. You started in a specialist school, and now you're thriving in a mainstream school. I never knew you'd reach this far, but you did it. You did it. I will always be proud of you, and just know that you made me a better mom. I will always love you, and I know you can do whatever you want in the future. I love you. I love you so much.